Hey guys, today we are making a delicious, healthy chicken corn chowder. This is going to be really easy to do. There's nothing special in here and nothing expensive. We're going to make a 2-gallon pot for about 25 bucks. So no big deal there whatsoever. A lot of simple ingredients in it. The main part is milk. Now the real recipe calls for whole milk and whipping cream and all the good stuff. I'm going to compromise. You could use skim milk, but you really miss out on some of the fat binder, the flavor, the texture of it. It's going to thicken up a little bit because we're going to use whole wheat flour as a little bit of a roux, but you still need some creaminess in here to really make it a good chowder. So I'm compromising and just using 2% straight milk. We're going to be using about 3/4 of a gallon, so it's not something I would want to use the fat-free half and half for, which is fine for up to 6-8 cups at the very most. But beyond that, that stuff can get a little weird when you have to use so much. So we're just going to use that. I don't feel bad about using 2% whatsoever. Still twice as good as 4%, but has an awesome flavor, and it's easy enough to cook with because it's got enough fat in there, and it's still not that much. I have about 5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and all we have to do to these is cook them. Alright, you can do these anyway. We're not going to do anything special with them. I'm not adding any flavor. There's no marinade. We're just cooking the chicken. All the flavor is going to come from the soup, and I'm just going to throw them on my grill, just directly over the coals. Really nothing to show there. I'll probably do it in a little clip, but really nothing special. You can do these on a gas grill. You can do them, fry them in a pan. You could boil them. You could put them in your oven. You could broil them. Whatever you want to do, just cook them. That's it. Nothing special there. And then we're just going to chop them up into little tiny bite-sized pieces. That's just going to go in the soup. All right, that's it. I have I've got 64 ounces total of frozen cut corn. Make sure you use the cut corn, which is cut directly off the cob, not the processed sweet corn. That's not the flavor we're going for. I mean, those are good too. Excuse me. But not what we want for this recipe. We just want regular, straight, fresh corn. If you have fresh corn available in your area, go ahead and use those. Cook them and just cut them off the cob. That's the best flavor right there, but this is a close second. And then I have 4 cans of cream corn. Alright, just nothing special there, just regular cream corn. Any brand will do. I have 1 white onion. We're going to do a very fine mince on this. And the same to a small package of celery. I mentioned the whole wheat flour. We're only going to use maybe a 1/4 cup or so just as a thickening agent. That's all. Literally maybe a half teaspoon of salt in the whole pot. You can salt to taste if it's not enough for you. I'm going to put in a little bit of cilantro and a little bit of ground red pepper. And we're going to put in a little bit of thyme. And that flavor combination is going to be the base for our whole chicken flavors going on. The ground red pepper, which is cayenne, do it to taste. If you like a little more heat like I do, you can probably put in a good couple teaspoons. I'm going to put in 1, see how it comes out. My wife doesn't like heat. Butter we're only going to use, maybe half a stick or so. This is just for sauteing the vegetables and to give it the roux a little bit of a base, but other than that, that's not much, so I'm not worried about a half stick of butter for 2 gallons of soup. Big freaking deal. And that's it. So prep is going to be super easy. Cook the chicken, finally chop up our 2 veggies and open some cans. Whoop-de-doo. Alright, I'm going to head out to the grill, get this chicken done, and then we'll come back in and I'll do the veggies. Okay, now we're ready for the fun part. Kick up the heat to medium. Melt your butter. Let me get rid of this pan top. You can see I got the chicken off the grill. Perfectly done, nice juicy tender. I'm going to cut that up while our veggies are sauteing, which is what we have to do now. I need a knife. And in goes half a stick of butter. We're just going to saute the celery and onion. Really easy there. We want these pretty translucent. We want them to reduce down a little bit, but not brown. And get this butter melted, get these veggies in, and we'll continue on. Okay, the vegetables have been sauteing. Let's get a better view here. There we go, about 10 minutes. So they're getting soft. Still smell the sweetness of the onions coming off, but there's still some butter and moisture there, and that's what we want. Now we're going to add the flour. I'm going to do probably about 1/3 of a cup. Big heaping 1/4 cup here will do. Sprinkle it in, and you want to stir this and mix it very well for a couple minutes. Don't let it burn. Now we're going to put in our milk. And I'm going to do 3/4 of a gallon. If you need to measure it out, go ahead. While this is going in, you can crank the heat up to high because we're going to come up to a boil. But you need to be stirring this. Don't let it sit. Alright, milk's starting to heat up here. I'm going to turn the heat back down to medium. And in goes, well, pretty much everything else. I'm going to do about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 packs of the corn, stir this in a bit. And we need our spices. I'm going to do about a teaspoon of the cilantro. Just for a little kick. I like it with chicken. And I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of the cayenne. Ooh, and I'm out of this one. Alright, well there's a 1/2. I got another one around here somewhere. Find that and put it in a bit. And I'm going to do a teaspoon of dried thyme. And I've got to open up my cans of cream corn here and get that in. And our chicken can go in. Got it chopped up into little bite-sized chunks here. And if you did it right, it's going to be very juicy. Keep the juice. I use the same plate. Oop, well, that's Chloe's. Something's falling on the floor here. I use the same plate here to bring it in. You can see all that roasted chicken juice. You want that to go right in. Beautiful. Am I good at estimating my sizes or what? Perfect. And should be some more ground red pepper. Yep. I'm going to do a couple teaspoons worth. you don't like any heat, leave it out. If you like some more, feel free to kick it up. Put some jalapenos in there, some habanero, whatever you want. This will give it a real nice neutral sweet heat. Now we just need to stir it all together. Stir it occasionally, bring it to a boil, and then let it cook about 10 minutes, and it's ready to serve. It'll thicken a little bit as you take it off the heat and it cools down. And if you want it even thicker, don't skimp on the milk, just use a little bit more flour. Alright, well, I'm going to let this go. Stir it every few minutes here and let it cook. It's looking good. Can't smell it yet though. Now we're at a boil and we'll let this go for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes is up. Kick off the heat. It smells really good. I can smell the corn. I can smell the celery. Alright. I'm anxious to try it. Let's give it a shot here. Get some of the chicken in here and the veggies, some of the sauce. Ooh, hot. Not bad. It's different than I expected. I think it's going to thicken up a little bit as it cools. It's still piping hot, obviously. But you can taste all the individual flavors. This might be even better the next day as it sits and it all comes together. But what I taste is first the chicken. I can taste the outer barbecued part. Then I taste the corn. Then I can taste the vegetables. And then I taste the cayenne. And that's what's really lingering right now. Interesting. Yeah, I'm really anxious to try this tomorrow. I mean, it's really good now. It's not like a regular chowder. It's not thick, not super creamy, but, you know, we only use 2% milk. It's healthy. Or at least a lot healthier than normal soup. I'm not worried about it. Let me put it that way. Alright, cool. Well, here's to you. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Do me a favor, share the site. And we'll see you next time. I like it.